He's on Fox and Friends. Sheriff Grady Judd. Where does old Sheriff Grady Judd come from? Florida. Do we know? From Florida, right? And look, ladies and gentlemen, you're not going to believe this. Down in Florida, a 12-year-old brought pot gummies to gym class. Now, listen, that is a sign of a bad parent, but I can tell you.
That's a sign of a cool kid who knows how to relax his muscles after a hard workout.
I can tell you that in my daughter's middle school, which is attached to a high school, somebody brought in one of those pre-mixed like rum drinks or something. So
another cool kid.
Yes.
That's very high school.
And
Awesome.
in other high schools, you can find people who bring in Juuls, those vaping cigarettes.
Yeah, those are cool with teens for some reason.
Those are slightly less
because they're all flavored
than the rum and
because they're all flavored.
I think they banned the flavors for that reason,
that.
right?
Well, they're going to, I think, or they.
There's going to be a lot of knockoffs.
Stock up on your cotton candy Juuls, everybody.
There you go. And also, there are kids who bring in weapons into school, and also
cool
racist material. I mean, everything under the sun can be brought in there. And but here's Sheriff Grady Judd to tell us how we're going to take care of this.
No one talks about this. THC is addicting. People I know so many people, they say they were told one thing and they end up getting addicted to it. And that's an addicting substance. There is a price to pay for pot.
There absolutely is a price to pay for pot. You know, I spent my entire adult life in law enforcement, and a lot of it investigating traffickers of drugs. And it's not
Pause
a minor...
Now, this premise can cut a couple of different ways. I've dedicated my whole life to a project that seems to have actually been for absolutely no reason whatsoever.
Maybe caused harm.
In fact, on top of it, actually probably been extremely detrimental to the health of society. So I am not backing down off of this. I'm going to deny, and continue to exclaim in such a way that makes me feel like my life's work has meant something. Otherwise, what am I going to do? That's not what's you're about to hear. But just go back and we'll listen to this.
In law enforcement, and a lot of it investigating traffickers of drugs. And it's not a minor nonviolent felony. It's ruining families and killing people every day across the United States. And we stand here in denial thinking that it's not a gateway drug to drugs that's killing
you don't start
people.
on cocaine. You probably start with marijuana and it leads to other things, right?
That's absolutely right. And still today, we have a meth problem across this state and country. If someone's in possession of meth, they're in possession of marijuana because it kind of cuts the edge of the meth. And then they use the marijuana and the meth and they go out and kill themselves or overdose or kill someone else.
Right. Well, nonetheless, these particular gummies and the edibles are legal in other states. But, obviously in the state of Florida, it is not.
There you go.
I think I saw a documentary on what he was talking about. I think it's called Reefer Madness.
Yeah, exactly.
I love to smoke some meth, and then follow that with a little bit of weed, and then go out and kill people.
Yeah, what I do is first the meth gets you really aggressive high, then you tone it down a little bit so you can focus with the weed.
On the death.
And either
What's the word?
myself or others.
What is the word on that huge uptick in Colorado now that we have data over the past couple of years on the enormous surge in meth murders? Do we have that?
I'll look up.
The marijuana
I think
cartel is keeping those statistics.
Yeah, it's being
under
suppressed.
wraps, suppressed information.
I mean, this is where it's just like they might as well just also put under the crawl, like everyone who watches Fox News is over the age of 65. That's
Baby
pretty
boomers
impressive.
should know about pot.
I mean, imagine the effect it would have on you as a human being, though. If you spent like 20 years just locking people up for this shit, and then you realize, like, turns out that actually this was the wrong thing to be doing.
That is the funny reveal of that clip, though, is it's like, yes, marijuana has ruined plenty of people's lives.
Because of the law.
If you're poor and you get caught by this idiot, it could ruin your life.
I mean, think of
quite literally.
Even also, just be clear that Grady Judd is the host of the Polk County Sheriff podcast entitled not in my county.
No.
Oh my
And so
God.
if you
I know what I'm listening
So
to.
we
We gotta play some. We gotta get some clips of that for TMBS post game tomorrow night.
not in Polk County, not in my county, with Sheriff Grady Judd. And for instance, this week, let's see, I'll tell you what's on not in my county. Sheriff Grady Judd speaks with the greatest investigative mind in the United States, W.J. Martin. America's sheriff answers your questions and tells the tales of a woman shoplifting Paula Grip and glasses.
Wow. What a
Now,
bitch.
remember, it's brought to you by Bartow Ford and Payne Air Conditioning and Hearing.
Hell yeah.
Oh, yeah, there we go.
Brought to you by narcs who don't want you to have fun.
I mean, you think about how many families have been sort of like have struggled with like, hey, the parent is very afraid of a kid doing drugs, not because of the drug, but because of the effect of the, the
criminal justice.
the criminal justice system on it.
Yeah, absolutely.
The prospect of being murdered by the police.
Like alienating parents from kids for like, and that's the lightest, problem.
Oh
of
yeah,
it.
that's the most gentle problem.
Grady Judd.
So yeah, marijuana can definitely get you in trouble because of Grady Judd and Grady Judd-like things.
Just don't mix it with meth. Or,
Oh, if you mix it with meth, you're gonna kill people.
yeah.
We'll play the
will go
No
out on a
Label
limb.
song tomorrow. And,
I will be stuffy for a second and go. Meth is probably not healthy for you, though
Yeah.
it should not be criminal.
Gives you a
All right.
headache.